Hello everyone and welcome to our webinar. In this webinar we will try to discuss and talk about how multiculturalism is important in the workplace. We have a lot of experts who have joined us in this webinar. First of all, we have Yusuf, who is a CEO in the Sharifian office of Phosphate. He will join our webinar by trying to explain how he did implement a multicultural approach within his organization. After that, Huda, who is an HR corporate diversity recruiter at Cocktail and Gambo, will try to explain how important multiculturalism is within his company. After that, Naufal, who is a manager at FedEx, will try to give us an efficient perspective or approach to implement and to manage multiculturalism in the workplace. After that, Sukaina, who is an organizational psychologist in Rabat, will try to give us a psychological perspective about the matter. Finally, myself, Al-Mahdi, I will try to share with you my experiences at Google, which is one of the most diverse organizations in the world. Hello, Yusuf, can you hear me?
Yes, to start, I will talk about my life. I will give you some little information about my life. So, hello everyone, and welcome to this webinar again. And my name is Yusuf Shraiwi. I'm currently the CEO of OCP, or Office Sharifien du Phosphate. To start my part of this webinar, I would like to share with you some information about my life, as I already said. So I was born in Casablanca from a Moroccan mother and Indian father. I stayed there for 2 years, and after that we decided to move to Delhi, back to Delhi, where my dad is from, because he was offered the better job over there. So I spent all my childhood in Delhi, and I managed to make many friends, even if my culture was different than theirs. When I graduated high school, I moved to London. I stayed there for 5 years. I got my bachelor degrees and my master degrees over there. And after that, I immediately moved to the US in order to find a job after my 2 degrees. I spent 12 years in the US, and I spent other 4 years in Italy, working for several companies. The fact that I have lived in many countries and places made me realize how cultural diversity is very important when it comes to the field of organizations. So to start, I will show how I managed to implement the cultural diversity in this company that I came to Morocco in the last 3 years. In implementing diversity within an organization, there is no size-fits-all ratio of optimal differences, as this will vary from company to company, depending on needs and dynamics. The starting point, therefore, is to first define the type diversity that your organization needs to succeed. Identify what is important for your organization, and then set the appropriate goals and measures that the employees understand what is needed to succeed in this endeavor. Different companies adopt different approaches. AIG adopts a target setting approach in relation to gender and ethnic representations at senior levels of the company. Malakoff reviews the diversity mix on the annual basis and its manpower planning meeting, discussing talent needs with the heads of division and departments. So now I will move to the creating the culture of diversity, and internally, the culture of the organization should echo this commitment to diversity, foster and appreciation of diverse individuals, and encourage teamwork and collaboration. This can be ingrained the company culture by embedding diversity within the company's value system. For instance, integrating diversity commitments into core values, the values of respect. So the employees should highly and strictly respect the orders of seniors and higher employees or head departments. As diversity involves in the recognition of strengths of individuality and the combination of differences, organizations will strengthen its diversity call by giving its employees programs and putting them in putting in measures to build the internal talent pipeline, such as providing them with tools, resources, and opportunities and second chances to plan their own career path and reach their career goals. In my second part, I will talk about working with the diversity perspective. Implementing a diversity mindset into decision making will help to support diversity. For instance, when discussing internal talent, have a group participate in this discussion and assess not only talent in your own sphere, but look at talents across the organization. This is because you're not only looking for talents in your own team, but for the organization as a whole. Similarly, in the recruitment process, the company should give more chances and opportunities to the people who are applying for a job over there, and expand the pool of talent you are considering, post vacancies both internally and externally, and commit to interviewing diverse candidates so the hire managers get to consider all possibilities. Well, to end, I will just add that in the case of the company that I came here in Morocco to work for, the company, I made the headquarters and the top managers to sign an agreement chart in 19 December 2011, and it was signed by 12 other countries that will make that will give more opportunities and second chances to all the employees. Now I will give the floor to my classmate.
Thank you, Yusuf, for your kind intervention.
You're welcome.
First of all, I would like to share that we have a comment section. Users and people watching this video could feel free to share with us their ideas and ask any questions, if any. Hello, Hoda, can you hear me?
Hello, yes, I can hear you.
Yes, could you please share with us how important is multiculturalism within the Cocktail and Gumbo organization?
Yes, of course. So I will just start by briefly introducing myself. So my name is Huda. I graduated in 2010 from the Humanities and Social Sciences School with a major in Human Resources Development. Then I pursued a master's degree in Human Resources Management at the University of George Washington in the United States. And upon graduation, as you said, I worked as an HR corporate diversity recruiter at Procter & Gamble in the USA. So first, Procter & Gamble is a multinational manufacturer of product ranges, including family, personal, and household care products. So our company, Procter & Gamble, positions itself as an open and inclusive organization. So diversity and inclusion is not only a component of our recruitment process, but more than that, it is part of the company's DNA and diversity. So we define diversity in a far broader and inclusive manner. So when saying diversity, we include ethnicity, religion, beliefs, gender, sexual orientations, and culture. And to respect this diversity, our organization so have integrated what we call a diversity and inclusion policy which is part of our staffing process at the company. So the question here is why diversity is so important for Procter and Gamble. First, so I believe that there are many reasons for that. First, we believe that in a world that is becoming more global and interconnected, adopting diversity is not only an option for us, but it is rather an imperative. So it is a very important richness and asset for our company. And also our products at Procter & Gamble are very diverse, and they are also culturally and demographically segmented. So the marketers in our company not only look or ask for our customers' insights, but they also ask for our employees' insights in order for them to adapt and adjust the products to the different target markets. Also, we adopted diversity to make of Procter & Gamble the employer of choice. So the employer of choice that will hire a diverse and talented pool of candidates around the world. So by building a reputation for valuing differences, we can attract, I believe, talented employees who know that we will appreciate their differences, be it in religious or cultural background, differences in skills, perceptions, and also differences in knowledge. Also, we believe that diversity and inclusion alleviates our collective thinking, and it keeps a constant stream of fresh perspectives and ideas flowing. So here I see diversity as a way for us to find and develop the best innovative ideas. And here different backgrounds and perspectives generally lead to a variety of ideas, knowledge, and also different ways of doing things. And the converse is also true. If you, for example, look at a team where all its members have the same background, they usually just come up with a narrow range of perceptions and ideas. So by ensuring that our team is inclusive and has many different and various people with different backgrounds, we also ensure a wide range of perspectives and knowledge. Also, we know that diversity and inclusion in our company leads to a peak of performances. So when employees feel that they are valued and that we care about them, they obviously perform efficiently and effectively in our organization. Also, so in accordance to what we call the social responsibility culture in our organization, the diversity policy provides employment opportunities to people who are discriminated and marginalized. For example, we offer employment possibilities to the people with special needs. Also, we have a quota to find an equilibrium and balance between both women and men. And also, we in the United States, we also try to recruit people from different ethnic and cultural backgrounds that are sometimes discriminated against, such as, for example, the Arabs or the Mexicans. And thank you.
Thank you, Huda, for your sincere intervention. Now, Naufal, can you please hear me?
First of all, I just want to thank you guys, and I want to thank you for being part of this great webinar. Thank you for your great efforts, everybody. Before I start talking about my point of view, I just I saw a question in the comments section. It's what are the consequences of having multiculturalism in a working environment? So before I start talking, I will give a brief answer. So, of course, diversity creates many challenges in the workplace, such as in communication, because uh, perpetual cultural and language barriers need to be overcome for diversity programs to succeed, of course. And there is also the resistance to change, because there are always employees who will refuse to accept the fact that the social and cultural makeup of their workplace is changing. So resistance of change is a very high cause of the challenges that are caused by the diversity in the workplace. Plus, for diversity, it can always be managed. That's the good thing about it, because when you implement a good policy, a good workplace policy, you can always manage your diversity in that specific workplace. So I will talk about the benefits of the workplace diversity. An organization's success and competitiveness depends upon its ability to embrace diversity and realize its benefits. When organizations actively assess their handling of workplace diversity issues, develop and implement diversity plans, multiple benefits are reported, such as, of course, increased adaptability, broader service range, variety of viewpoints, and more effective execution. For the increased adaptability, organizations employing a diverse workplace can always supply a greater variety of solutions to problems in service sourcing, and allocating of resources. Employees from diverse background bring individual talents and experiences in suggesting new ideas that are flexible to a market that is, of course, facing globalization and a lot of things. And for the second beneficial factor of diversity in the workplace, there is a broader service range, because a diverse collection of skills and experiences is always needed in a company for it to succeed and function better. There is also the variety of viewpoints, since a diverse workforce that feels comfortable communicating varying points of view provides a larger pool of ideas and experiences, of course, and a more, of course, effective execution. Companies that encourage diversity in the workplace inspire all of their employees to perform to their highest, of course. So company-wide strategies can then be executed, resulting in higher productivity, profit, and return on investments. Now, as a manager, I may recommend some steps that have been proven successful in the world-class organizations. Things like, first of all, assessment of diversity in the workplace, and since top companies make assessing and evaluating their diversity process an integral part of their management system. There is development of diversity in the workplace plan, since choosing a survey provider that goes through all the employees to get a certain point from all employees to have a better idea about the way they want to perform and under which the circumstances they want to perform, so that you can make it somehow um, possible for everybody to kind of work in their home like environment in the workplace. And of course the implementation of diversity in the workplace plan. Now there's a bit of difference between the development of diversity in the workplace plan and the implementation of diversity in the workplace plan, since it means it's more of the personal side, since it means the personal commitment of executive and managerial teams is a must. It must be done. So leaders and managers within organizations must incorporate policies into every aspect of the organization's function and the purpose. Attitudes toward diversity originate at the top and filter downward. Yeah. So and of course, there is utilized diversity training if you want to face the problems that are caused by diversity sometimes, since, of course, diversity can be a great obstacle in a company's progress if it's not managed. So utilize diversity training. If there is enough training provided for all the employees, of course, their performance would be much better. And if possible, companies should think about launching a customizable employee satisfaction survey that provides comprehensive reporting, like the use of results to build and implement successful diversity in the workplace policies. There is also foster an attitude of openness in organizations, which means encourage employees to express their ideas, opinions, and attribute a sense of equal value to all, a sense of belonging to all. And the last thing is ward off change resistance with the inclusion. Instead of being excluded from the work group as a manager, in the opposite, you should be a part of that group so that it would help with the resistance factor. So the more you are involved with the group, the easier they will change, and the lower they would be more resistance to change. So involve every employee possible in formulating and executing diversity initiative in your workplace. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Naufal, for your intervention, and thank you for giving us different tips of how to manage and how to implement a multicultural diversity workplace.
Thank you.
Thank you, Naufal. Now we will move to Sukaina, who will try to give us a perspective, a psychological perspective of the matter for a better understanding of multiculturalism in the workplace. Hello, Sukaina, can you hear me?
Hello, I can hear you. Thank you.
Thank you.
First of all, I would like to thank all of the experts for sharing their interesting thoughts. So before I start talking about, before starting speaking my thoughts about multiculturalism as a psychologist, I would like before to present myself. So my name is Sukaina Kabtadikoladi. I am a psychologist in Rabat, Morocco. I pursued my studies in McGill University in Canada, where I got both my college and master's degree and also a PhD in organizational psychology. Basically, I studied cognitive, emotional, and social processes and human behavior by observing and interpreting and recording how people relate to one another and their environments. Basically, I advise people on how to deal with problems and by helping patients understand their problems, including issues at home and at the workplace or in their community in general, through counseling sessions. I basically work with patients to identify their strengths or resources so that they can use them themselves to manage whatever problems they can have. And I've already had several sessions with people having problems in the workplace, and most of them have to relate with the multicultural problem, the multicultural diversity. So although diversity means trying as hard as we can to know our biases and the need to address societal oppression in our work, we also need to know our patients, friends, and colleagues as psychologists. I hope that we can move toward a time when diversity meant that we cannot fully comprehend anyone's story. So until they feel safe enough to tell us. Oppression is often traumatic. When we respect this, we can help people know their experience in a timely way that fits for them. On the other hand, I have felt that some of the literature that has informed much of my training has neglected the actual trauma that occurs to persons who are victims of racism and oppression in our country. So as psychologists, we are taught that we should address these issues directly with making the assumption that voicing reality will be soothing to our patients. I have not always found this to be true. like talking with someone who has experienced traumatic abuse in childhood, addressing issues of oppression can be similarly destabilizing. And as an organizational psychologist, my major aim is to offer what have already been proven to be successful in big organizations, in top companies, making like my friend Nof said earlier, assessing and evaluating their diversity process an integral part of their management system. A customizable employee satisfaction survey can accomplish this assessment for your company efficiently and conveniently. It can help organizations management team determine which challenges and obstacles to diversity are present in the workplace and which policies need to be added or again eliminated. So reassessment can then determine the success of diversity in the workplace plan plan implementation. And again, I believe that the personal commitment of executive and managerial teams is a must. Leaders and managers within organizations must incorporate diversity policies into every aspect of the organization's function and purposes. Management's cooperation and participation is required to create a culture conducive to the success of your organization's plan. Basically, training for managers, since it will focus on how to recruit and hire a more diverse workforce. So this training often entails raising awareness of new sources or outlets that will allow the employers to find a great pool of applicants. So manager training will also focus on how to manage the diversity of the newly hired workers. Specifically, training will focus on how to integrate the new employees into the existing workforce and how to raise the awareness of current employees as to the benefits of greater diversity. This of course often requires a shift in the style of management. So the focus of management will shift from treating everyone equally to treating everyone equitably, given the differences that each employee brings to the job. That would be all.
Thank you, Sukaina, for again for your intervention. Now I will try to share with you my experience at Google. As you know, Google is a multinational, in fact, organization that has came to implement multiculturalism as a base of their organizational system. My name is Mehdi Bakali. I am a former employee at Google. I think that sharing my experience at Google would be beneficial for this webinar. To start with, I'd like to share that from the 20,000 employees that Google has, 2,000 of them are working on a temporary visa. Working rooms, for example, are named under, are given names of foreign cities of different places of the world. Google has also enhances the use of video conferences. These video conferences become important when Google wants to hire an employee that faces problems with when getting his or her visa. So what's the solution? The solution that Google provides is allowing this employee to contribute and to share his or her ideas via video conferences from different parts of the world. Google estimates that it spends more than $20 billion on immigration efforts, which represents an important sum. For example, multiculturalism is seen in the restaurants, for example, of Google, that's provide a varied menu of different international foods. I would like to give an example of an employee at Google. He got married with a woman in Canada. Unfortunately, his woman wasn't given the visa, so he could not live with her. What Google did in this case was sending the employee to Canada, so to be with her, with his wife. Another thing that I would like to discuss are the different advantages that multiculturalism suppose in the workplace. First of all, we can have a competitive edge between employees. And it's easy to understand this when we have different employees from different countries. The level of competitiveness will definitely be high. Multiculturalism results also on a clear innovation, which is a key point in Google innovation. Google needs always to be innovative and produce new ideas. So multiculturalism is definitely a key point for innovation. Multiculturalism does also allow a synchronization in the workplace. As we can see, Google has been able to implement such a multicultural approach within its workplace, allowing Google to be in the top and to compete with other multinational companies. In fact, the different projects that Google has been proposing are all directly affected by such a multicultural workplace. For example, it is the example of the artificial intelligence, cloud computing, or energy systems. One point I would like to share is that multiculturalism in Google, as we can see, becomes really necessary for Google to be at the level of multinational companies. Thank you for your attention. Now we will try to have some of the comments of our viewers. If we can have them over here. So here we have a first question. It says that what are the consequences of having multiculturalism in a working environment? Who'd like to answer this question?
Well, this question,
Okay, thank you.
I think that Nopal already answered this question in the beginning of the webinar when he started his part. So if they want, we can give the floor to Nopal in order to repeat his answer for that question. Nopal, can you hear me?
So, of course, the question, and I repeat, the question was,
the question is,
what are the consequences of having multiculturalism in working environment? So here we're talking about the consequences, the like some sort of challenges of diversity, in the workplace. So taking full advantage of the benefits of diversity in the workplace is not without its challenges. Some of those challenges, like I said before, there is communication, like perpetual and cultural and language barriers, of course, between employees, need to be overcome for diversity programs to work. there is also the resistance to change. There is always, because employees are always who will always refuse to accept the fact that the social and cultural makeup of their working place is changing. Uh, and there is also the implementation of diversity in the workplace policies. This can be the overriding challenge to all diversity advocates. Armed with the results of employee assessments and research data, they must build and implement a customized strategy to maximize the effects of diversity in the workplace for their particular organization. Plus, to have a successful management and avoid this kind of consequences, because like I said before, diversity of course has its consequences, but it has them if it was unmanaged. But in case it was managed, all these diversity does not have consequences. In the opposite, it is helpful for the progress of a company. So a successful management of diversity in the workplace is mandatory to reach this certain point, because diversity training alone is not sufficient for your organization's diversity management plan. Strategy must be created and implemented, and to create a culture of diversity that permeates every department and function of the organization. Thank you.
Thank you, Naufal, for your answer. Now we'll move to the second question. It says, it asks about multiculturalism in Morocco. What do you think about cultural diversity in Morocco?
Well, I think that I will take care of answering this question. Well, first of all, when we say cultural diversity in Morocco, we definitely have to start talking about many factors and many issues that Morocco is facing these last years. And especially concerning the cultural diversity in the workplace. We all know that Morocco is facing many problems when it comes to cultural diversity in the workplace. It's from religious problems to political problems and conflicts, and other cultural problems within the employees. So, however, Morocco is trying its best, and is giving all what the country can in order to solve this problem. And the first step that Morocco has done when it comes to cultural diversity is an agreement that many companies have signed, and they are encouraging other employees to sign to this agreement. It will also, Morocco also gave many importance to this subject of cultural diversity in the workplace these last years. So I think that Morocco will have the ability and the strengths to show their ability to have a cultural diversity and avoiding conflicts when it comes to cultures, religions, and all of that. So I think that it's enough to answer your question, Nadir, and thank you for your intervention.
Thanks, Yusuf, for your answer. We will try to see other comments and questions. Yes, I have a question for former Google employee Mahdi Bakali. How is multiculturalism necessary for Google's project? First, thank you, Amar, for your question. As I have mentioned, multiculturalism is an essential factor for the development of the various projects of Google. Let me give you an example of a project. It is the example of, Google is trying to have its different services reachable from the different countries of the world, especially underdeveloped countries where internet resources, for example, are limited. It comes here the necessity of a multicultural workplace. We need to have people from such underdeveloped countries to help us acquire a better understanding and therefore build better solutions for the different problems that these countries may have. Let us check if there are any other questions. These are some comments. Good job, guys. Great work, guys. Thank you, guys, for your comments. Something in addition, thank you. So we have here a question. What's about stereotypes? Are they good or bad for workplace in general? So what do you think, guys? Is stereotyping good or bad for our organizations?
I think I can answer this question.
Okay.
So to start with, it is normal events and people because it helps them mentally organize and make sense of their own world. It also highlights differences between categories or groups of people. People use those stereotypes to make decisions about coworkers, managers, and customers with little or no information about the person. A stereotyped person is not seen for who she is and what she can contribute to the business. Well, cultural stereotypes limit management's ability to make best use of their employees' skills and help them develop new skills. So employees are more likely to leave an organization if they believe that stereotypes determine how they are treated. Stereotypes lead to a decrease in productivity and dissatisfied customers and reduced revenues in an organization, which is very normal. As a diversity consultant, I identified several situations that indicate the presence of cultural stereotyping in the workplace. High employee turnover, absenteeism, and poor employee performance may be signs of stress, lack of opportunity, or employee perceptions of bias based on stereotypes. A business with a strong centralized structure and a dominant decision-making style, such as my way or the highway, is likely to engage in stereotyping employees like us. Occasionally, offering diversity and including workshops may point to an inherent previous lack of ongoing commitment to cultural diversity. Finally, tolerating racist, sexist, ageist, or other inappropriate jokes, comments, and images may be signs that cultural stereotypes are present in the organization within all of the organizations.
Thank you, Sukaina, for your answer. You tried to give us a more psychological perspective about the matter. Now, Huda, could you please give us a human resources related answer to the stereotype question? What do you think, Huda? Are stereotypes good or bad for our organization?
So, as Sukaina said, stereotyping is placing labels on people and making general assumptions about the individual with generally little background or knowledge or personal knowledge about this person. So, for example, we all heard those jokes about blondes. They say that all blondes are dumb. So, but of course, we know that it isn't true. Stereotyping generally from an HR point of view is generates bad productivity, and it also leads to bad moral. Sometimes the stereotyping can transform into mistreatment between the employees, and it generates a certain frustration, and it creates a toxic environment where people cannot produce effectively and work at ease. So employees here, by facing the constant criticism and bad comments, generally they lose interest in performing in their jobs, and this leads to a general like decrease in the organizational performance.
Thank you, Huda. Now we'll try to answer the last question. What about the problems generated by multiculturalism, religion confrontation, family customs, etc.? Well, thank you, Mohammed, for your interesting question. As we can easily understand, the confrontations that may exist between different employees, for example, a difference in religion, could definitely result in serious problems in the workplace. What we try to do here, what's needed to be done in such cases where there is a conflict between religion or between conflicts, is to aware and to make the employees conscient about the differences. About we need to make employees have in mind that these differences should kept out of the workplace. Religion and other customs should be independent, should be definitely independent from the workplace. So that's pretty much it. Does anyone have any extra comments he or she would like to add?
Just to add another thing
Hello.
about the problems generated by the multiculturalism.
Yes, please,
Well,
Nafal, please.
these kinds of problems like stereotypes, multiculturalism, religion confrontation, etc., it all blocks the major thing in an organization, which is the mindful communication. Now, mindful
Yes.
communication says that a person should destroy all of his former beliefs, his or her former beliefs, and start new from scratch, start from zero without any beliefs, without nothing, so that they would be open-minded enough to hear the other employees and work in a peaceful environment that pushes creativity and stops discrimination. So thank you. That's just to focus more on the mindful communication.
Thank you. Thank you. So, do you have any extra comments? So, as we can conclude from this webinar, multiculturalism, as we can see, represents both advantages and the disadvantages for our slight disadvantages for the workplace. This webinar first aim was to make our viewers understand and have a broader perspective about multiculturalism in the workplace. That's why we counted with the different opinions of our four experts. Here, I would like to thank Yusuf Shrawi for his interventions. Thank also Naufal for his different perspectives. Thank you, Sukaina, for your intervention. And finally, thank you, Huda, for your different answers and comments. We hope you have enjoyed this webinar. Goodbye and thank you.
Thank you.